What's up? What's up, guys? How's everything going? How's everyone doing, man? We back at it. All right, there we go. All right, let's do this. So you guys already know we on that gold for sure. So let's see what gold has for us. All right, here we go. So right now on gold, yesterday we was going over the zone to zone using the Bollinger Band and then the moving average, giving us the entry. So right here is where we had one of those entries, okay? And that was a beautiful entry for a buy. We seen this already happening since last night when we were on the call. I took this trade. It reached the take profit. I could have trailed my take profit, but I let it reach. It gave me 688 on this one. If you guys remember correctly, we had a 0.25 here, and TP reached this morning. So right now we are currently up. Now I'm gonna look for the next trade to see exactly how I'm going to enter this. So let's go to the H1s. It's pretty simple where the next trade is at, for real. And from what I could see already, just from the work we already did last night, and of course we're gonna review our analysis we did last night. Well, it wasn't really an analysis with an idea, but it was just preparing ourselves to see what's going on. Now I'll tell you this: I still have a overall sell bias, but that's only going to happen up here. So I'm only going to start looking for sells at D50 MA on the higher time frame, H4 on gold. So I'm going to highlight it right here. There it is. And in this area here is where I'm going to be looking for sells on gold. As of right now, gold is buying. So gold is buying as of right now. So looking at this, I already could foresee, what is going to happen here. And I'm looking for sales personally, like long term, because of the confirmations that I'm seeing. So what I could see here is price is right underneath the 50 MA on the daily time frame. That's very important, crucial. H4 time frame, we're getting the same thing, and we also seeing clearly that potential take profit is going to be down here. So now it's just a matter of how we're going to enter that trade. So if you rush in this trade, you may take a loss if you rush in this trade. So if you get in a sell now, you may lose, although price could still sell from here. But for me to actually take that trade as a sell, price would have to go underneath the middle Bollinger Band area. So real quick, I'm going to turn on my zoom here just so I can have the pointer. Go here, go share. Come back. Alright, there it is. So realistically, I could have the pointer here, which is this area right here. Now price is above it, so that means we should be looking for buys. But if price go again underneath that area, then I could start looking for sells. So currently, we should be holding a buy based on yesterday's entry, which was at daily entry here. So let's go back to our analysis. Let's reset chart. Let's see where we at. H1, H4. This is it. All right, and then potential retest right here we're going to get for sure. So I'm just waiting for this area to test, and then I'm going to lock in on all sales. That's gonna be the main move for the week, I believe, unless price literally just completely reverse, which is a possibility as well. But this area right here is very important. So as of right now, we're looking good for bullish moves. If I take any trade right now, exactly right now, it's going to be for a buy. And then stop loss would be right underneath the daily right here. Now look what's important here from the jackpot strategy, right? We could clearly see that price every day we have a new daily open. So what we're going to do, let's replay the market real quick so we could see. All right, let's go back. This was a nice move, most definitely. Started last night. Let's speed it up a bit. Break of structure, above retest, pushing higher. Volume came in, stochastic as well is showing us bullish move. But here's why we're looking at this. We're looking at this to see how price was exactly around the daily entry here for a beautiful entry. All right, now price made its way higher and higher, of course. So it's just a matter of how we're going to enter it, if we enter for a buy now, or just sit on our hands to wait for the sell. So it's up to you guys. My personal game plan, I'm basically going to be up during the London session, so I'll see exactly what's happening, what's going to happen, and be able to take action from there. This was the retest. This was a nice entry retest. Almost at the daily entry again. That was nice. And then it continued going. So that's where we at right now at this new daily entry. So this daily entry gave us a area where we could have entered for a buy. Now it's not late to get in this buy if you want, because we still have a long way to go testing this take profit right here based on average daily range. So the buy right now is still valid. I'm gonna look to see how I'm going to enter this here. And on this one, for this re-entry, I want to have a super tight stop loss on this one. So it's going to be right underneath the middle. Hopefully that's not too much of a stop loss by the time I calculate it. There it is. So stop loss will be right underneath 50 MA on the 5-minute time frame. Let's see how that looks on TradingView. All right, this is it. H1 bottom Bollinger Band. H1 bottom Bollinger Band area. That was the entry. Higher high, break to the low, retest. I had two entries here. I had one pending order down here which did not trigger, and then one manual entry here as the breakout happened. But it's looking nice. I like the way the market is moving. I could see clearly the direction, so I'm just waiting to. We're going to really get to lock in here. All right, let's check out the. Check out the chat real quick. Damn, this whole time they're saying they can't see my chart. Oh God! All right, guys. I need to do a better job of just checking my charts for sure. Yeah. Checking the chat. All right, let's see. OBS, where we at? Oh my God. Hold on, man. Alright, there it is. Hey, man, thanks for letting me know, guys. Thanks for letting me know. So, alright, let me go back and review what I was saying, but quickly now, at least you guys had a chance to like hear me throughout the whole time, so the visual is gonna make sense. All right, here we go. Let's go here. So let's go here first. So last night, okay, on the call, daily entry was here, where I had my order block here. So clear, so simple to see, because we going from zone to zone. We already predicted the first take profit zone. So yesterday, I manually took this trade exactly right about here. I had my take profit right at the middle Bollinger Band on the 15-minute time frame. Take profit triggered earlier today and kept going. So my 0.25 here made 688, which is not bad. But the next move we're going to take is going to be a bigger risk trade, but we need to be on point with the entry as well. So as of right now, as you guys could see based on what we talked about and been talking about for the past few weeks, market going from zone to zone from the strategy, bottom Bollinger Band is a buy entry. So this happened during market open, a little bit after market open. Retest, entry again, broke the 50. I ended up entering this trade right here yesterday. Made profit during the London session, but I was asleep, so I didn't close or anything like that. I kept the trade running. And then midday, it ended up taking the take profit here. But let's see how that all happened, right? So let's replay though. This is still the same analysis as well from Sunday. Everything is pretty clean. Everything is intact. As you guys can see, I did not add any new support or resistance zone or anything like that because the analysis from Sunday is good enough to give us all the confirmations we need. So the reason why I was in a buy and also the reason why I made money on the buy is because I took the entry right here around this area here. So it was a bit earlier because this re-entry was during the New York session. So one of the key reasons, there's a few confirmations that I have here that made me buy. So I bought, one of the reasons why I bought is because 50 MA was right here, and it turns green, and we talked about that last night. Then we had price coming from bottom Bollinger Band. We already knew that price had to go to middle Bollinger Band from the 30-minute time frame, also in the 15-minute time frame as well. There it is, bottom to the middle. Okay, now it's not done yet, and the signal right now is for a buy. Why? Because price is going to the next destination right now, which is the top Bollinger Band right up here. That's what's happening here. So as price is going towards that area to go make that entry, it already shows me that the sales is invalid here from this breakout that it did here. So now we're going towards the take profit zone right up here. If you enter a trade right now, it's still fine because we in a buy momentum. Now, you have to watch out for a potential stop loss that could trigger, but I would also see on the 5-minute time frame, is it above the top Bollinger Band? And if it is, even better. So right above here is going to give us more entries for buys. That's going to push us towards the take profit here on the H4 middle Bollinger Band area. Now keep in mind, all of this was done last night. So as price makes its way there, as price is moving, I know exactly what the hell is happening because we pretty much prepared for it. So as it goes right now, we just have to see, is it worth it to enter a buy trade now and try to catch this extra quick scalp towards the take profit right now? Or is it best to just sit on our hands and wait for a better entry, right? Either that entry could be the sell entry or re-entry. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. I'm more attentive now to the chat, guys, so let's talk back with me so I could be more attentive. If you guys don't talk back to me, I'm just in my zone, you feel me? But if I know you guys are interactive and you talking back, then I'm going to get more used to always checking the chat and making sure that, you know, I'm talking back to you guys. So, because sometimes y'all be quiet, man. So I just be in my zone, you feel me? But I like what we doing though. I see a lot of progress. We on the market, like watching it like a hawk. That's how you get the results. Because when that time comes for you to strike, you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready. So right now, it's in between. Do you guys think it's worth it to take this buy trade or not? Because if I take this trade, it's going to be for a bigger lot size, and the stop loss is going to be super tight. D'Angelo funny. He said he thought I was hiding the screen on purpose. That's hilarious. What is the name of the indicators I missed last night live event? So the indicator is just the jackpot strategy. So if you don't have the coded version of the custom jackpot strategy I created, you could easily just add Bollinger Bands on your chart, do your settings 200, just like this. Let me move this real quick. Yep, length 200, do your colors just like mine's. I have the middle white, up red, lower green, and then from there I just add a 50 MA right here, and I change the number to 50. So this right here is pretty much if you want to see less moving average on your screen. But if you really wanted to get an extra confirmation, you can't forget about the Ichimoku cloud. Like, you need the Ichimoku cloud. So I'm gonna add it here real quick. This is Trade Locker, so let's go ahead and add it. There it is. Now, the thing about the Ichimoku cloud, guys, I've showed you guys in the past how to edit the Ichimoku cloud to show you less things on your screen, because I understand having too many things on your screen could kind of mess up your view. It mess up your analysis sometimes. Damn, this gold is flying. I want to take this. Fuck it. I don't want to miss it. I'm just gonna put the stop loss right underneath. I'm risking some of the profits from yesterday. I should have been in this trade way earlier though. Like, I'm slacking. I ain't gonna cap. I could do way better than this. Alright. How much is that? I'm risking 92. Right underneath the previous candle. That's not bad. Let's do 130. Quick scalp. Quick scalp. I don't like it. That's not my... You guys see how I take my trades. Like, it has to be at the daily entry. Like, that's the best trade you could take in the market, in my opinion. Daily entry opens. So that's what the paid version of the Jackpot strategy has, that the free version I'm giving you guys right now don't have. So there's a lot of like key confirmations from the Jackpot strategy, the custom one that I've made, that you need in order to have that extra confidence for real. But this right here will do. The free version I'm showing you guys right now will do. And this trade is now in profit, so that's great. So that means we are going to the next destination, which is pretty clear and obvious, which is right here. It shows us that. Very clear. Very, very clear. So yeah, let's let this trade run. And as I'm explaining this, this is in profit. So that's awesome. Showing you the power of this strategy already. All right, let's go to the settings on the Ichimoku cloud. Because remember, we don't want to have our chart too clustered. We don't want to see too much going on the chart. So go to settings here. And we're going to change and hide some of the things that we don't need. Honestly, the only thing that you need is going to be conversion line. I really like the conversion line, but I'm going to uncheck it right now for this example. You could always add it back. Alright, we're going to do the conversion line. Remove that for now. That's one of the confirmation I would leave though. But for this example, I'm just showing you guys what to remove. Alright, we're also going to remove baseline, conversion line. You could always add these back. Alright, the one that you really don't need, and I know some of you guys have been following the strategy, once you added it, you just left it on there, but you don't really need it. It's just extra noise. You really don't need it. So it's going to be the lagging span. You don't need that at all. Just change that. All right, so the next one is leading A spawn. That one, just remove that one. And then the leading B spawn is the one that we do need. That's one of the main confirmation, moving average confirmation, that literally tells us once this cross, we are going this direction. So very important. Let's add that right there. And then cool thing you could do, if you want, you could leave the plot background. You don't have to have it, because the plot background, basically when the moving averages crossover, you get all red cloud showing you bearish momentum. When it's time for buy, you get all green clouds showing you bullish momentum. So if you want, you could leave it in there, or you could remove it. To remove it is very easy. You just uncheck plot background and it looks pretty clean, pretty neat. You see? Simple. Very, very easy. Very, very simple. All right. Now, all right, we're floating $78 right now. That's cool. I could move stop loss to entry, but I'm gonna let it run a little bit longer. Once we get above this zone here, then I'll add a stop loss at my entry. But we are in profit $100 right now. I could have went bigger on that move, but like I said, I don't like it. If I would have entered here, I would have did a bigger trade for sure. All right, so let's continue. So why is this all important, right? Why do we need Bollinger Band Moving Average and Ichimoku Cloud to fully have a view of the Jackpot strategy, free version? Those confirmations are important because one, Bollinger Band is going to show you price coming from the bottom, going to the middle, right? From the middle to the top. We are seeing a live action of that. We was talking about that last night as well. Entry, buys, going to the middle, from the middle to the top. Now, it doesn't happen in one candle, right? It doesn't happen right away. It takes its time. The whole point is for you to just know where you're going. And when you know where you're going, now you could look for your entries. So the best entries was here, did a little buy, retest. This was the next best entry right above the 50 going to right here. And I know it could have been a little bit of a headache because of the consolidation. But as long as you know, we come in from the bottom, we hit in the middle. And that's TP. That's where I had my TP. My TP hit. And then from the middle, if it breaks through it, which it did, makes the line as a new support zone, then it's going to the next resistance zone, which it is doing right now. But also, the next main confirmation that we need is because it's not just about the Bollinger Band, right? The Bollinger Band is just showing us take profit, entries and take profits. That's all Bollinger Bands really does for us. The next main confirmations, which is 50 MA, show us that this is where we are going when we are in between the bottom and the middle, or the middle and the top. So whenever we are in between that area, and we need to know now from this point, it shows us that we're going for a buy or for a sell. How does that happen? It happens by price literally giving us buy opportunities by showing us candles, all right, buys candles, sell candles are overall above the line, all right, which is the 50 MA, above the line. So that means that line now is represented as a support zone. What is the support zone? Is the main area that price is being held, and price is above it. That means it's a support zone. If price go above that area, that line, then it becomes a resistance zone. That's support and resistance zone. Except in this scenario here, we have 50 MA representing as support and resistance zone, and it's actually moving. It's the moving average. The reason it's moving is also in a confirmation. Where is moving? Which direction is moving? To head towards the take profit that we've seen on Bollinger Band. So price came from this area here, give us an entry for a buy. Price goes above 50 MA, which is the reason why I entered the trade yesterday, and it was also above daily entry from the Jackpot strategy. Daily entry DE was right underneath right here, and again we could replay the market so we could see that. Let's go ahead and hide this analysis from yesterday, just so we could see the daily entry. So we're gonna play this back. Let me clear my drawing here. And let me know if this is making sense, guys. I want to go at your pace. And ask me any questions if you have any questions as I'm going over this. Alright, so let's replay the market. So from yesterday, last night, it was about right here. Going on. Replay. We replaying from here. It's loading. Replay is not having some issues right now. Let me refresh. Not working. Replay is not working right now. But yeah, we're going to take profit. This trade is in profit right now, floating 155. Live action of price doing what it's supposed to. All right, let's put stop loss at entry on this trade because it was a quick trade. There it is. Confirm. Just like that. Now I'm in profit. Might make 200-300 from that. We almost at my take profit zone. Just like that. But to continue what I was saying, the moving average is also a confirmation as well because it's moving in a direction that it needs to go. Another confirmation was when it crossed right here in the middle Bollinger Band, showing you guys this is where it's going. And on the smaller time frame, we could see the same interactions, just on a different view. Now, the next main confirmation that's very important is these moving average here, the Ichimoku cloud moving average, because whenever price itself crosses above it or below it, we get some action. So when price crossed it right here for a sell last week, that was a major entry for gold. Now we have a buy entry here, confirmation on this time frame, 15-minute time frame, pushing price towards take profit here. All right, it's very simple. Notice what I did here. I cleared my chart to just make sure that this view looks very clean, which is the confirmation that we need. Is that crossover confirmation to get that sniper entry, and we could see it in all time frame. Very, very important. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and look at the chat to see what's next. Yeah, so this week, guys, let's be a little bit more bold, talking to myself as well. Let's be a little bit more bold with our entries, man. And I'm going to secure this gain here. Quick bread. Secure this gain here. When it pull backs, we could give us another entry to go to take profit. Because sometimes it could reach close to take profit and give you a 50% pullback. I've seen that happen, and it sucks. All right, let's see the chat. All right, I was looking for sell. Davey was looking for sell. Yeah, there's no sell on gold. If you tuned in last night, you would have seen that we're not looking for sells at all. We know sales is coming soon, but not looking for it right now. You feel me? not exactly today, you know. So that's one thing about the market you have to see. But this buy is beautiful, man. 15-minute time frame is pushing up. It's pushing higher and higher. Almost reaching the 15-minute TP, which is right up there. All right, let's go, man. You guys are killing it. Bernex said he entered 3 trades on gold for before. Nice. You better be in that buy. Yeah. Gold could potentially become a new uptrend because right now it's looking very, very bullish to start. But I still have it on the higher time frame, H4, for potential sells after reaching 50 MA here because we got close to take profit down here and we did not fully test it. Not saying that price have to test it, but that's what is likely to happen based on lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? For a new lower low to give us take profit here. The thing is, it may or may not do that. This could simply just be a brand new start of a long-term buy on gold that never come back. I've seen gold do that, so we gotta just be on our toes and prepare for anything. But as of right now, we are bullish. So gold right now is bullish. We're gonna get take profit here, and let's see what Nas doing. I still have my analysis for Nas. As you guys could see, we've been having a lot of consolidations on it. I haven't really entered this trade just yet, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, man, Jay Fadeaway, we locked in, man. Good job, man. Keep working. Killing it. Broker I'm using on TradingView, Miguel. I'm not using any broker on TradingView right now. I will definitely look at gold, the cherry. I caught that move from the order block on Friday. That's nice, man. So you already in the buy for gold or what? Because it did drop a little bit. Yes, sir. Sniper too cold. I see you, bro. For sure. You locked in, man. Stay locked in just like that. Stay in that frequency, man. Stay in that zone. That's how you're going to hit. All right. What's going on, Louis? Glad to see you guys here, man. So, yeah, Nas right now is consolidating. Let's go ahead and review BTC. But before we do, we all know that gold is buying, right? We all on the same page. All right, I feel like just re-entering a trade, a smaller one, just to hold it, to see what it does, because it's just gonna probably just creep up higher and higher. This was the best entry here, so I kind of missed that entry. I think I was taking a nap, so I could stay up a little bit later tonight. But it was nice. It was nice. It was nice. Based on the jackpot strategy, it's saying that it wants to go here, average daily range high. So that's a long way. That's really a long way. Yeah, that's a big move. Let's see if it's giving us a pullback for for a nice entry. Because that's the most active pair right now we have that could give us some profit. I want to put a box here, but I don't want too much on my screen. I'm just gonna put it for now, and then try to look over it again, I guess, later. Let's see if it breaks top Bollinger Band on the 1 minute time frame. Did it reach it on the 5? Oh yeah, right here, 5 minute. Let's see if it respects this zone, which is top Bollinger Band on the 5 minute time frame. That was supposed to be a resistance zone, but price broke it, like we was going over yesterday, showing us more buys. For sure, for sure. Definitely locked in, for sure. Alright. Let me check my other screen. I love my setup here, guys. I have a big ass TV screen in front of me. That's why y'all be seeing me looking up. Alright. Clean my screen here. There it is. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oops. Alright, there we go. Yeah, gold's still looking pretty bullish. We're looking very bullish right now. All right, we pushing. We pushing on gold right now. Almost there. Almost at that take profit zone. If you jump in this trade for a buy, it's fine. Like I made 100 something on this already. I kind of want to try something risky. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Okay. I don't even want to do it for, let's see, zoom in. Because what we could get here is a big ass push to fully hit this and possibly break it higher. So if I take a trade here, it's a good trade, but it could be risky. I have a super tight stop loss, and it'll be a big one. So I could probably risk the 100 I just made here. Because right here was better. Scalp trade right here. That's a scalp move. Hands on the trigger. more right here. Retest would be better. Let's see. Yeah. I did it. I'm gonna do the stop loss right underneath. Right here. I'm gonna risk the 100 I just made. Alright, let's see. That. I'm risking 100 to make 282. Risking 100 to make 282. But realistically, this could be a bigger take profit. Let's see where we're going from the 30. So from the 30, we potentially could go all the way up there, realistically. But we don't know that yet fully. So let's just wait for better confirmation. So on this trade, I really want to leave the take profit open and just eye it and do ultra stop loss to take profit. Because I'm only risking $100 here. And it may trigger because the way I entered is horrible. Alright, let's see. Yeah, one thing I'm noticing, guys, no lie, is when the entry shows itself, whether that's freaking earlier on in the week or not, you just gotta lock in, man. You just gotta take that trade and make it count. Like the profit I made yesterday from this yesterday entry is cool, but it's like, bro, playing it too safe. It's still early on in the week, though. You feel me? So, like I told you guys, what you need to practice is not more so about how much you're making, more so of how accurate are your trades. Out of 10, 20 trades, how many of them are right and how many of them are wrong. From there, you just adjust your lot size and then you make the big bucks. So yeah, man, let's keep locking in, man. Keep locking in. Nice. Yeezy got in that buy earlier. It was a good buy, no lie. And like I said, for me personally, I know I could have did a better job too, like preparing for this move and even sending it to my students. I didn't, but it was pretty clear, pretty clean. I mean, some of my students still took this trade without me calling it, so that's pretty cool. And some of you guys that was in the live session, you seen the opportunity, you took the trade too. You made money on that move too. So it's like, if you paying attention, you're going to catch the move. You feel me? You're going to make break. Like I caught the move, but I didn't make 5 bands on it. You feel me? The whole goal is to get to the point to be comfortable to do that. Like you see people doing 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K, 100K profits, and you be like, damn, he's nice, but you can't even fathom how much they're putting on the line to actually make that amount. Like, Losing a 1,000 a day, it hurts a lot of people. All right, but realistically, to make 20K, 10K, 20K in a day, 30K in a day, you need to put up at least 5, 10K, willing to risk it, willing to lose it. Like that's just what it is to make that type of bread. So what I try to tell you guys is like, take your time. This is a journey. Don't compare your day one with somebody else day 100. Just stay in your journey. Your goal is to get 1% better every day. Grow your account weekly, monthly. Over time, your lot size is going to increase and you're going to start making big profits. That's just part of the game. That's just what it is. But you need to make sure that you are consistently winning with a strategy. You don't have to win all the time. No one wins all the time. There's no traders that win 100% of their trades. No. But try to win 60 to 80% of the time, depending on how hard you work on your craft. Even if you just 50-50, you could still win and be a profitable trader at being a 50-50 win ratio type of trader. But of course, we already know with the jackpot strategy, me and my students, we are at least, I would say, a good 70 plus accuracy with our trade. And more is going to show later on of how powerful the strategy is, but we just got to do it. So that's the phase we're in right now, doing it. My stop loss definitely triggered on this one. Woof. Imagine holding on this trade. I would have took a L to the chin with that 2 standard I did right there. So that's why stop loss is important. But this proves the point of what I was saying, though. This proves the exact point of what I was saying. Price could reach very close to the take profit and still pull back. When I see things like that, I'm like, okay, it's just giving me a re-entry opportunity for real to actually go there. Now, there is times where price actually did not ever even try to go back there to fully test the take profit. And this scenario, we seeing it. Price literally got close. All we needed was one push and hit that. It got close, so it pulled back completely. So it may give us a re-entry at the 50 MA 1 minute time frame right here. This is a good entry here. Let's see if it pulls back a little lower. Burneck said he grabbed that buy also, just trying to add money to my account. Facts. I had to learn to build my account. Flip 100 to 1400. I'm taking few losses. Last week 60%. You got it, Burnex. Keep working, man. That's what I want you guys to do. Like, you need to just get in that mode. Just get in that zone of doing it. It doesn't matter what's the balance. If you want a bigger balance, just get a prop firm. The whole point is for you to get in that zone so you are consistently taking trades. You've seen what's going on. You taking the attempts, right? It's harder to take action if you don't have a strategy, if you don't know what to do. This is why I give you guys a jackpot strategy so you could practice and take trades based on the lines in the jackpot strategy, because that's really all it is. The Bollinger Bands, moving average, Ichimoku cloud, all these indicators is giving us a line, and price breaking that line or not is showing us if it's a support zone or resistance zone. That's all the indicator does. So once you have that, now you have something to go based on. So the way it works, like I was saying, is just a line. 50 MA, that's just one line. It's just represented as a moving average. But what happens is if price is above it, it's a support. If price is below it, it's a resistance zone. Here in this scenario, price was above it, price bought, now it's going higher. So here, I expect it to do the same thing, fully test, and then go back up. If it doesn't here, then that's when it's gonna go lower to test this moving average, lower to test this moving average, which is also another 50 MA on the higher time frame. Look at that. That's a major pullback right here. Let's see. I know for sure it's not going to this 50 MA. That's too far down. 5-minute time frame. Most likely 5-minute time frame. That'll be a good re-entry because that'll be around daily entry area. All right, price is still dropping here. It definitely reached the support. There's one more moving average that you guys could add to your chart as well. The one last one. This is like one of the final moving averages, like the final boss when it comes to indicators, right? You could go ahead and add the 800 MA, moving average 800. It's another key moving average as well from the Jackpot strategy that we use. All right, and then another session or another video, I could show you guys more in depth why those moving averages are important, why the numbers are bigger than the other. What's the point of all of that? All right, we're gonna do our moving average. I like that moving average blue, but I'm gonna do green here instead. So that's basically green light for you to get in the trade. Add that line and you'll be good. So the buy was right here. You see that? Perfect. On the 5-minute time frame. Let's see it on the 1-minute time frame. 1-minute time frame was right here. Right here. Perfect entry. Buy. That's it. Alright. That's all the moving averages that you need. And what's cool, you could always hide anything that looks too much on your screen, especially on TradingView. I don't know why TradeLocker is not letting me do that. Alright, but this pullback is nice. It's gonna give us a nice re-entry. I just need to see where it's giving that entry at. What line is going to be. Yeah, most likely 50 MA on the 5-minute time frame. I don't think any lower than that. Yeah, around this area, that's where it's at, 50 MA. If not, price is gonna shoot up right here, because it was super close, very close to that. Take profit on the 15. Let's try this again, huh? I'm being risky tonight. That's the last risky trade I'm doing for real. I'm gonna save my energy for later. How much I'm gonna risk on that one? I'm in profit. I'm just gonna close profit. Oh yeah. I said I was gonna close profit. As soon as I was about to close profit, it turned around against me. I'm about to close profit right now. Alright, let's throw stop loss entry instead. It is. That was pretty cool. 200 floating right now on that quick scalp. That was a tough one though, cause it could have dropped crazy. Quick 200 loss. You feel me? It could happen. All right, I'm up. Let's see if we go to take profit. If we go to take profit here off this move, I'm making a ban on that. On that trade. You see how I got that entry exactly at the 50 MA? That's what's cool about it. We up 400 right now on that. We about to break through here. Now look. Let's see where we going. Look. We're going a 15-minute top Bollinger Band right here. If not, I'm about to secure some gains. Because it could go back to my entry here. I got my hands on the trigger. Let's see. We supposed to be going here, guys. Keep that in mind. Floating 460. Alright. That was a crazy trade. Alright, hands on the trigger. Hands on the trigger. Alright, give me that take profit right here at that top Bollinger Band and we good. Damn, you see how it's teasing? Like I'm gonna close this trade soon, but you guys going to watch and see price literally go and hit that top Bollinger Band. I'm telling you, that's just what it does. It's crazy. Yeah, that gold is looking good for sure. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna secure this gain here and then do a smaller trade just to watch, just to go to the to profit with it. Or just hold this trade for real. Cause it's going there. It's going there for sure. If it hit there, I'm making 1,000 plus on this. $260. How much take profit is? That's $750. Could probably be a little bit more too. All right, there it goes. Come on. It's about to give us that push. All right, back at 430. Let's see. That was a ballsy move there, though. Very ballsy. Gotta risk it to get the biscuit, they say. The system never fails. Been using it since 2018. It's like if you know, you know. No, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact, bro. That's a big fact, bro. The strategy hits all the time, and especially now I've simplified it to the simplest form. Hand on the trigger for me to close this trade soon. Yo, what's going on, Jackson? Welcome, my guy. We locked in right now on this gold trade re-entry opportunity on a 2 standard, which I'm getting ready to close. I'm expecting price to reach the take profit right here, right up there, because they already gave me confirmation for everything else. All right, we pushing nicely. That one resistance zone right there is just not letting it break it easy though. That's the only thing. Stop loss at entry on this trade anyway. Worst case scenario, it's like whatever. But let's zoom in and see, man. I'm glad we get to see this right now because this is happening in real time. If I still had my other trade running from the first entry, that would have been sweet because I would have been all the way down there for my first entry since last night, but we'll see. Let's see if we get a breakout right here. Come on. Yes, sir. Advanced gaming. Oh, shit. Secure gains mode. Last week I did something stupid on this account, guys. Like, I had a standard straight, a standard lot going, and I guess I forgot to put my stop loss. I let that shit run for like a few hours, and then I came back to my screen. I was down a band plus from the profit I had already made. So this profit right here is just helping me make that band back, so I could risk it and get my account to like 5K plus by the end of the week. But I'm gonna secure this right here. I just secured that low profit for my work that I just did there. Yeah, gold went crazy for the buy. I didn't expect it to buy this much too fast, but it is the last day of the month, so I'm not surprised. I'm really excited to see how the new monthly candle is going to open. That's going to be very exciting to see. So yeah, that monthly candle. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But right now, we're still pushing on gold for the buys on the higher time frame. All right, that monthly candle right here is pretty much over. So we're gonna see how the next one open up. Yeah, man, I love the market, guys. It's just, everything is pretty straightforward, and when you make a decision, you know right away if you're right or wrong, or at least in a few hours or in a few days, the most, you will know if you're right or wrong. I'm glad I closed my trade here. It's probably gonna give a W formation. If not, then it's going to give us that retest entry at the 50 MA here. Something we just gotta look out for. But on the strategy, everything is the way it should be, man. We going in the right direction, guys. Like, let's stay locked in, keep showing up. You know, just continue showing up, man. Everything is gonna work out. Like, I feel like a lot of us is gonna have a major breakthrough by the end of the year. But only those that are really actively hardcore showing up and really just being consistent, putting in that work, guys. Your breakthrough is not going to come just randomly. You're not gonna wake up and make 1K in one day, bro. It is not gonna happen. If you stay consistent and you show up and you make your $100 a day, you make your $200 a day, you work your way up, you take the losses to the chin, you come back the next day and you keep doing it over and over, even if you win or lose, you keep showing up. That's when you'll get to make 1K a day. When you've taken enough trade where overall within the wins and losses, your equity have increased and now you have more in your balance to risk more on your attempts to make more profit. So that's the only way. You have to be consistent. You have to continue showing up. You have to start where you at. You have to just make whatever you can right now so you could work your way up to make the bigger amounts. So that's really what it is, guys. Stay locked in, man. Stay locked in. Major pullback here. We're going to get an entry here at 50 MA real soon. If not, the entry is right now on that goal because that's a W formation now. 1 minute time frame. Let's see if it's fair, if it's worth it to even take this attempt. It's already underneath my zone, so I don't really like it, but let's just see. Oof, this is a nice attempt. I'll do this attempt, but I'm only gonna do a 0.50 just so I don't lose too much here. I'm risking 100 again. I'm up 100 right now scalping from wins and losses so far. Risking another 100 here. Stop loss underneath the cloud moving average now. And this is a W formation. Super tight stop loss. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm not taking long-term trades. I'm scalping because that's what the time called for right now. When it's time for a good long-term trade, I know it and I'll send it to you guys. Like yesterday was a good one. And then this morning for the re-entry, that was a good one as well. Alright, we're already in profit here, so that's good news. Tell me that I'm in the right direction for now. Now I need price to go up, break past above 50, break past this area, add another entry here, then we go to take profit. There it is. Yeah, man, you guys have to show up, man. You gotta show up to the live session. The reason why I do things like this too, like I started streaming. I always used to do like live trading sessions and all of that. Like in my career, all of that have helped me stay consistent because I know it was not just about me now. You know, I know there's people counting on what I do too that want to learn, that is going to show up to see what I'm talking about. So it was like, all right, an extra motivation to show up as well. Because sometimes if it's just by yourself, man, you know, you could choose not to show up. You could do whatever the hell you want and no one cares besides yourself. So it's like you don't have as much of a push to keep going than you would if you have a community that's holding you accountable. Like right now, you guys hold me accountable. I said that I was gonna do live streaming at this time, on this day, and that's what I gotta do, right? And if you say you're going to be a great trader by the end of the year, you're going to be a profitable trader by the end of the year, you have to stick with what you say by doing the action. So how are you going to do that? Show up consistently to the live sessions, take action in the market, take those trades, take those setups, count your wins and losses, see your probability, keep doing it over and over, and then you'll have your breakthrough. That's all. It's gonna happen though. Keep pushing, guys. Keep pushing. This trade is looking pretty good here, guys. And then I am going to go over. I am going to go over the other one as well. You guys mentioned, which was um, BTC, the other pair. So let's do that right now. Oof, I'm getting a little chilly. Might have to put my robe on. Alright, let's see where we at, guys. Alright, BTC, where you at? Boom. I'm here. Products, super charts, search BTC. Alright, this is it. This is how it looks. Right now, price is dropping, but it did a major comeback from the previous dip that it did, which was right here. Price went all the way to 98,000, pull back, give us a re-entry. Same like before with everything, from the bottom to the middle, to the middle, to the top. So from what I could see here, the next destination on Bitcoin is to go to the top Bollinger Band here to hit 109,000 from the H4 time frame. So let's see if price respects its trend line. And yeah, this trade should be easy. Those that do trade this pair and locked in on it. But overall though, it's at the top Bollinger Band on the daily time frame. So that's very important. Either price is going to break through it or price is going to fully give us a sell. We may even have a retest at 78,000. I don't know for sure yet, but time will tell. Yeah, guys. We just have to stay locked in, man. And one thing we have to do a better job of as well, especially like this week, is be a little bit more patient in our trade when we find a good trade. Like letting our winners run. So that's another thing as well that we're gonna do a better job of. All right. So, any questions for me, guys? Because I'm pretty much done here. I have new entries that I'm potentially going to see on gold. Realistically, for me, the best entry, it has to be at the daily entry or near it. So if we get a pullback towards that area, I'm definitely looking forward to take that entry for a buy and send the signal to you guys as well. But we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. Again, I'm not in any rush. It's still earlier in the week. We want to take strategic trades that's going to give us the most profit without the headache, without the hassle. So let's stay locked in so we could do that. Yesterday, buy was a good example of that. We did very good on that trade. Today, there's no signals, so I'm not entering any trade live right now besides the scalps that I did. But I am looking forward to possibly buying gold again at 50 MA on the 5-minute time frame or the daily entry down there. So we'll see how it all plays out though, but it was a great session overall today. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We are definitely seeing the growth. We're now seeing almost 40 people on the stream. Make sure to follow me on Twitch as well. So let me send my Twitch link to you guys so you guys could follow me there. The reason why we on Twitch, because we're also going to be on Kick too, is over time as we get bigger and bigger, I'm going to also be showing you guys different aspect of my life, not just on the chart. So I could be out doing an activity or whatever, and I could start streaming just like that as well and showing you guys what's going on. So it's pretty cool what we got planned, and then yeah, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. It's Jackpot PMG, but I'm trying to see if I could get the link to send it to you guys. I should be able to get the link. Yeah, just search Jackpot PMG on Twitch. You guys would find me there. How do I get this link? Let's see. Mm. I'm gonna send the link to you guys in the group or something because I can't get it here. Hold on. I have access to it. Hold on. I have it somewhere else. Yeah, go looking like a nice little sub right now. Oh, you guys already subscribing to the Twitch. That's what's up. Appreciate it, man. I'm looking for the link right now for y'all. And I got a new video dropping this week as well, breaking down the zone to zone with the jackpot strategy. Be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be pretty cool. I got my cake on here, not Twitch. Wow. Great. Well, can't find the link, guys. I'll put it in my story or something. I'll put it on my story, and then I'll put it on the group and stuff. Let you guys know. But yeah, man, it was a great session. I'm gonna stay locked in here. Um, I'm staying up to about 3 a.m. So whenever I see a good setup, I'm definitely gonna send it to you guys. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Talk to you guys soon, and you guys have a good one. Yes, sir. See you guys tomorrow, man.